Hey folks, Mike here. As you can see, I'm in a bridge, and this is the covered bridge in West Montrose, and I'm going to be doing the bridge-to-bridge trail for the Guelph Hiking Club. So, just to continue on, so West Montrose has a whopping population of 257 people, according to Wikipedia. Beautiful little church behind me, as you can see, built in 1907, and the covered bridge was built in 1880 through 1881. So today is going to be about a 24-kilometer hike into downtown Guelph, and hopefully the weather will hold. So just checking in, I crossed one of the small highways, and this is essentially the Kissing Bridge Trailway. The Guelph Hiking Club essentially manages a few trails, and they offer a badge for the bridge-to-bridge distance, which is essentially the covered bridge in West Montrose, which I just passed through and by, to the covered bridge in West Montrose, in downtown Guelph. Just gonna get a shot of these. And the Kissing Bridge Trailway itself runs Guelph to, I believe it's Conestoga, and it also doubles as the Guelph to Goderich Trail. So if you do Guelph to Goderich, you're also doing the Kissing Bridge Trail in full. Now today I mentioned that the bridge-to-bridge excursion, because I can't really call it a specific trail for that, is about 24 kilometers. The Kissing Bridge Trail itself, at least that portion of the Guelph to Goderich Trail, is I believe 45 or 47 kilometers. So I'm only doing roughly half of that distance, but it's a badge and I want it, and it's going to go for a walk and get another video up online and show you guys yet another beautiful trail, especially during the fall colors. So. I'm at kilometer number 11, so just a little shy of halfway, but I came across a bench on the trail here, so I'm just taking a bit of a break, getting a little bit, some snacks into me and some water, and just to show what's behind and what's ahead. So it did rain today, and they did call for a little bit of rain throughout the day today, so I thought that my hiking shoes would be best, but because it's kind of like a chips and dust and gravelly kind of trail, running shoes would probably be better if you're looking to do a through hike on this trail. Just easier on the feet and the joints. Just carrying a day pack today, so again, just 24 kilometers, so it's not like I have to carry a tent and stuff like that today. So not much in the way of gear with me. I did bring my water filter just in case. I did bring my first aid kit and my USB power bank, just in case I need to charge up. That's really about it, other than snacks. So brought my raincoat as well. Passed an apple orchard, that was really cool. Tempted to pick an apple, but there's a few that I don't really care for, just either texture or taste, so I didn't want to grab one and be disappointed and have to toss it. So, and there was nothing around to indicate what kind of apples they were. But anyways, so far the weather has been holding. I've been on the trail now for about 2.5 hours or so. So about 2.5, 3 to go, and yeah, so far so good. As always, folks, if you have any questions, gear, trails, badges, there's a badge in it for me today, where to go, what apps I use, feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, and hope to see you out there. Hey there, folks. So I'm I would say in the city limits of Guelph, and I just crossed Silver Creek Parkway, which is the trailhead for the Kissing Bridge Trail, but the Guelph to Goderich Trail keeps on going. So there was a no trespassing sign at the parking lot, or parking area I should say, but as you can see behind me, it's a very well-trodden path. The Barden Tract is to my immediate left, and they have their own little trail through that little piece of land. From what I saw on the map, this continues somewhat diagonally into Guelph, and it will cross Woodlawn Road, and it will go alongside Woodlawn Park Cemetery, if I'm not mistaken, and then it'll eventually turn into the downtown trail, leading into downtown, through downtown, of course, and up to the river. So almost there, maybe between 3 and 4 kilometers more, and hopefully I don't get yelled at by someone as I cross their driveway up here, and we'll go from there. So consulted the guidebook, and I think I know where I went wrong. So the guide indicates that after you cross Silver Creek, you are meant to go into the Marden Tract, and then towards the eastern edge, you turn right onto a hydro cut, which is to my left. So I'm just going to follow the old abandoned railway line here, as it's supposed to intersect with the other one off to my left. and hopefully get back on track. Either way, I'm still inside the city limits of Guelph, and I'm not too worried about, you know, getting lost or whatever. I just saw a car up ahead cross in front of me, so that's probably Woodlawn. So bit of a mistake on my part. Unfortunately, even in the guide, when you're doing the bridge to bridge path, once you get to the trailhead at Silver Creek, it even says that the trail at this point is unblazed, so no signage. So but needless to say, it's still a nice walk. It's a little harder walking on the railway ties and the bigger gravel, like river rock, but so far so good. I guess the Martin track would be a nicer trail to walk on, but should be back on track very shortly, and just want to give you guys the update, and we'll talk soon. Ciao. Just to give you a visual, so that's where I just came from, down the abandoned railway line, and right there is the trail under and alongside the hydro cut that connects up with the Martin track. And if I continue to pan left here, so there's how the line that I was on continues on, and I'm guessing that's Woodlawn up ahead, and then a drive and a splice off of the railway line, and I'm just going to take that roadway and follow that up to Woodlawn, and hopefully I don't get off track again. Alright folks, so after reading over the description in the guidebook and looking at a couple maps as well as the All Trails app, basically right at the northwest corner of the Woodlawn Park Cemetery, you'll actually walk alongside the fence, or between the fence and the railway line, and maybe 20 meters in from, with Woodlawn behind you, there's a space in the fencing to get into the cemetery. And then you see the sign indicating the Trans-Canada Trail. So I did create a custom map on all trails for this hike. I will do a little bit of editing and post that in the description below. Okay, so there's no need to go any further down Woodlawn to Woolwich, for example. You can, because if you turn down Woolwich, you're going to end up crossing the trail again anyways. But needless to say, it's not very well marked. Even the guidebook said that the portion north of Woodlawn was not blazed at all, but still, I think it could have been set up a little bit better, but no matter. So, yeah, so I'm back on the path, I think, and we'll check in a little bit later. Ciao. Hey folks, just wanted to show you a little bit of the Speed River here in Guelph. Just a little bit of a detour off the main trail there up top. Not too far away from the covered bridge, but thought that this was quite nice. And I'm just going to pan around and show you the other side. Well folks, I'm almost there, and what I've come across is a really nice trail along the Speed River and a pedestrian bridge. So if you can't read that, that is 1887. Speed skating rink. So let's see if I can pan out a little bit here. And there's a sign to the right here saying John Galt Park. There we go. Alright folks, so 6 hours, 20 minutes later, 27 kilometers later, I'm I've just crossed over the covered bridge in Guelph. It's a little bit longer than I was planning, but it was a decent hike. It's spitting rain a little bit right now, but otherwise not too bad. Battery on the phone is pretty much dead, so I've plugged it in. Time to get my lift back to the car and get back home. So hope you enjoyed the video. Again, usual, like, subscribe. Any questions that you might have, feel free to leave them at the bottom there. If you have any suggestions on other trails that you want me to check out, by all means let me know. And yeah, hope to see you out there on the trails sometime. Take care.